does your organization think about the proposed electricity hikes?
We don't think that Eskom should be granted the hikes for a variety of reasons. One, that there's a still existing special purchase agreement in which we subsidize BHP Billiton, so workers are directly subsidizing one of the largest and richest corporations in the world through the electricity tariff that BHP Billiton gets, which is below the cost of production. So we can't even talk about increases of tariffs that would affect ordinary working class people until we actually deal with this big subsidization to a foreign corporation. The second point is we don't think we can grant the tariffs until we've actually gone through and redone the electricity plan for South Africa, because there's significant data issues that are between the official plan and what Eskom is saying that could cost this country up to R1 trillion. So we need to get the data and the facts and the plan right first. The third point is we believe that there's a lot of wastage in Eskom. We have a suspicion of there's quite a bit of accountancy tricks, and we think that NERSA should investigate these and then regulate accordingly. And if that's the case, then we might not need such high tariff increases.
Who do you think will mostly be affected by these hikes?
It always rolls down one way or another to the poor and working class. We don't have to endure high tariffs and have no protection for the poor. And as Earthlife, we've consistently called for a much expanded allocation of free basic electricity for every household without means testing. It's universal across South Africa. If we can put in a decent free basic allocation of electricity, much greater than, say, 50 kilowatts as Eskom does, or 100 kilowatts as some municipality, but 200, maybe 300 kilowatts per household, a lot of these problems would actually disappear for the protection of ordinary people.
How has your organization taken up this?
We've been engaged in this in a very long time, and we're slowly making progress. But I think ultimately it'll be people on the street demanding what we consider to be their right. And people have a right to electricity, just as like they have a right to housing, or a right to water, or a right to food. They have a right to electricity.
What do you think will happen if this proposal is approved?
I think the biggest consequence is that Eskom will continue its current business model, which has no regulation over it. So effectively, it will continue to waste money, make bad decisions, and be totally unaccountable. Because every time it needs money, NERSA would grant it to it. So this is an opportunity for NERSA to bring Eskom under control.
Any message to the public?
Brace yourself. There will be much bigger tariff increases in the future unless we do something about it. Once the nuclear power program, if they decide to build that, that's a trillion, maybe $1.3 trillion rand project, in which the tariff price will just climb through the roof. So it's not just this MYPD period for the next 5 years, it's the next 5 years after that, and the 5 years after that, and the 5 years after that. Unfortunately, unless we get a grip on the situation, we're looking at 20 years of tariff increases.